Well, hello and welcome. I'm Steve Altier, the author of Lizardville, the Ghost Story. It's a young adult novel, about 230 pages in all. This is my first attempt at a video blog, and they tell me I really should do more videos. You might want to keep watching this. You might get a good laugh out of it. Lizardville started out as a story about my childhood, and that quickly changed because my life was boring. So I added a paranormal element to enhance the story. I think you'll find a nice mix of the two. I grew up in a small town in central Pennsylvania, smack dab in the middle of nowhere. My parents bought a house on Lizardville Road when I was young, and yes, it was the old dam keeper's house. At least, that's what they always told me. The town had a nickname too. It was called Lizardville. That's how I came up with the title for the book. In this story, you'll find me talking about camping with my friends and floating down the creek on styrofoam rafts. Yes, I did enjoy camping as a child, and yes, we did float down the creek on styrofoam rafts that we borrowed from the local motorcycle shops. Those parts of the story are true, but that's about all that's true. Everything else in the book is purely the work of fiction, and that's where the story begins. The year is 1975. School's out, summer vacation has finally arrived. 13-year-old Johnny and his friends set out on a weekend camping trip along the banks of Big Fishing Creek, the site where the old axe factory used to be. This was a ritual that his brother Buck and his friend Parker started a few years ago. This year they were joined by his close friends Jimmy and Scooter, and a new kid named Todd who had just moved to the area. On the first night, the six boys gathered around the campfire, enjoying and sharing stories. Then it was Parker's turn to tell his story. Parker was an excellent storyteller. So he tells the boys about the legend of the Axe Factory murders that happened about 80 years ago. He had all the boys on edge. But little did he realize his story has awakened the spirit world. And soon after, strange things begin to happen. In the middle of the night, Jimmy gets up, wanders off from camp a little bit. Then he's paid a visit by Annabelle, a beautiful woman who just happens to be a ghost. Now, none of the boys realize that Jimmy has an old puzzle box, something that was given to him, but it belonged to the murdered family. Something that Annabelle wants back, and she's going to do anything to get it. Now, two questions remain as we continue through the story. Does the secret to solving an 80-year-old mystery lie within the old puzzle box? And will they all survive the weekend? Now, I don't want to say any more about my story. I don't want to ruin it for you. And I hope I've said enough to pique your interest that you're going to want to go out and buy it and read it. I will share some of the early reviews that I've received from the critics. Reader's Favorite rated my book 5 stars, and they said if you like ghost stories, then you should read this one. They also referred to my book as a cross between Stephen King's movie Stand By Me and James Caan, The Goonies. Now, I hope you love those movies. But the real test comes from you, the reader. And I hope you'll take the time to check out Lizardville. I look forward to your reviews, good or bad, and I want to thank you for your time. And until my next video blog, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.